On this week's edition of inCycle, we hear Songezo Jim's inspiring cycling story.
I've had some tough times, I mean, like, for me, losing my parents when I was really young, and that was actually one of the hardest things that I actually had to face.
There's a look at how riders are making the jump from under-19 racing to the World Tour with BORA Hansgrohe.
We should respect always the personal development that you have there, an athlete of 19 and 20 years, and not treat him like a 25-year-old guy.
And California dreaming with Team Sunweb's Coryn Rivera. For any young American cyclist wishing to forge a path to European racing, Coryn Rivera's story is one to aspire to. inCycle visited the Team Sunweb rider at her US home in California back in 2017 to learn all about her journey to the top of the sport.
I started riding when I was 9 years old. My dad was always into any kind of sport in general, usually on wheels. Used to race Jeeps and then motorcycles and then downhill mountain bikes. And then I kind of came into the fold when he was really into road cycling. And then when I was big enough, I got my own bike. And then one of his friends, my dad's friends, asked me if I wanted to do a little kids race out by Redlands Classics. And it was one lap of the crit course and took off at the gun and just gapped everyone and won, and I totally loved it. Did that race for the next year and same thing, won it and totally fell in love, but I couldn't wait every year for that one race. So from there, I got a racing license, got junior years, then the rest is kind of history. Went on to race collegiately for Marian University out of Indianapolis, Indiana. So I was there for about 4 years. And then also raced Richmond World Championships while I was in college. So that was kind of my biggest highlight while in college, I think. At that point, I'd racked up, I think, 71 national titles from junior through collegiate with, I think, one U23 title and one pro title. And then, yeah, here I am now, racing pro for Team Sunweb. Yeah, I've done it for a long time, but it's not entirely who I am. I love it, for sure, and it's brought me a lot of opportunities in my life. But yeah, there's a lot of fun things I like to do. Like I like to surf down here or snowboard, not too far away. Like it's an hour and a half to hit the slopes. But yeah, I like to enjoy normal stuff, and I think college helped with that too, like spending time and getting my degree and doing, I guess you could say, more normal life stuff. But I like to be pretty well-rounded and not just be a one-trick pony.
That life philosophy reflects the 27-year-old's abilities on the bike. Once labelled as a fast-finishing sprinter, Rivera has proven herself to be a certifiable all-rounder during her 3.5 years with Sunweb.
I don't like to get pigeonholed, I don't like to be a one-trick pony, and I don't like it when people tell me I can't do something either. I guess that's a little bit of fuel to the fire, but yeah, I like a challenge, and whatever it takes to get across the line, I'll figure it out and I'll do it.
That was very much the case back in 2017, when the then 24-year-old conquered the cobbles of Belgium to become the first American rider to win the Tour of Flanders.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was actually a little life-changing. Like around the team house, I'll be training in Limburg, and a local will roll up and kind of scare me because they don't expect anyone to try to talk to me. And then they'll say, "Oh, you won Tour of Flanders?" And I was like, "Whoa, yeah, I did," but I just don't expect that kind of interaction, or else to be sitting at a coffee shop and someone wants to take a picture with me, and it's I don't know if I could ever get used to it. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, it's quite an honor for sure.
While now firmly established as one of the top names in European racing, the pull of California and home is ever present for Rivera.
I think it's definitely a big culture shock, especially at first, and if you haven't done it before or had a little taste of it, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into. So I think that's a decision that kind of holds people back or Americans to go over to Europe. The big seller for me to go to Europe was that I was finished with college, so kind of got everything done and finished and accomplished, and then kind of move on to the next chapter and the next step. I think I definitely have like a California state of mind for sure. Yeah, born and raised here. I love this place, even though I went to college 2,000 miles away in the Midwest. But that just made me appreciate this place a lot more. But yeah, I definitely do kind of approach life pretty laid back, but I don't know how you would explain it entirely, because it's just what I do. I feel like maybe someone from the outside could like explain the differences with me, and I don't know, someone from Holland or something. But yeah, I think I'm pretty laid back, pretty relaxed. I don't like to stress out too much about unnecessary things, but yeah, I don't know what it is.
There was a race. It goes right through next to my house. Everything in Cape Town is closed, you know, the roads, everything. So we had absolutely nothing to do. We couldn't go to the shopping center or whatever. So like we decided to just go and cheer for the people on the road. And then this one other guy was in the race. He just stopped and had a chat with the guy who was next to me. And then afterwards, I spoke with the guy that was next to me, and then he gave me his details and everything. Then the following day, we went to the club after school, and I filled in the forms, I did everything, and then I got the kit, put in the kit. I was so excited and everything, but I told them, I don't know how to ride a bike. I was 14 years old and I don't know how to ride a bike.
Flash forward 10 years, and Songezo Jim, the boy from the Khayelitsha township, who first learnt to ride a bike at 14, was lining up in some of the biggest races in the world. His cycling journey up to that point poles apart from that of his fellow riders. His irrepressible smile giving no indication of the hardship through which he grew up.
It's been a long journey for me, you know, on and off the bike. I mean, like, I've had some tough times, you know. I mean, like, for me, losing my parents when I was really young, and that was actually one of the hardest things that I actually had to face in my life. But it actually taught me that in life, you have to do things by yourself. Nobody can ever do anything for you, you know? It's not like my parents are gonna be able to pedal my bike today or whatever, you know? So from there till now, I mean, like, there's so much work that have been put on and everything, and I had so much support from people who've been around me. That's one thing that actually got me from riding a bike till I was 14, and now I'm with the pro team. So it's the whole lot of hard work that I'm putting in and the support that I get around from people.
The South African came to the pro ranks with MTN Quebecer in 2012, and a year later played a crucial role in the team's biggest ever win at Milano-San Remo. Battling through crashes, blizzards and broken radios, it proved an unforgettable day for Jim and his team.
Yeah, it was a crazy day, I must say, first of all. At first, we crashed. I mean, like, I think 5 of us went down. I took Gerald Scholeg's bike and he rode away. And Gerald is looking for his bike, and then he, hey, bring back my bike. It started snowing really bad. At one point, I couldn't see the road, you know? I had my glasses like here. So I'll just look for 100 meters. If I could see the road is still straight, then I just close my eyes and then I look again. They spoke on the radio that we're going to stop, you know? But my radio was not working. Then I saw Gerald, because I was next to I saw Gerald pulling off next to the bus. I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he stopping? And then I carried on, and then I see everybody was stopping. I'm like, okay. And then at the end, seeing Gerald Scholeg taking first place, that was like, it was amazing. It felt so great, you know? I mean, like, some of us didn't get to the line, but at the end, we're all a team. We supported him to get to the line, and that night we had a big dinner, yeah, we can call it, yeah, we had a big dinner, and yeah, everything, yeah, all was good.
Jim's focus when with the team now known as NTT Pro Cycling didn't rest with the races. His and the squad's association with the Quebecer charity helped distribute tens of thousands of bikes across the African continent.
So when I was young, I went to school, which was 1 hour away. I had to walk 1 hour every day to school and 1 hour back. So I mean, like for now, to see the project that helps kids, I'm like, that was if I had a bike, if I had a Quebec bike at that time, it would be 20 minutes to school and then 20 minutes back. Then it will save me a lot of time, whereby I can be able to join a sport, to, you know, we have more time to study and all those kind of things, you know. So I mean, like the project, it promotes cycling in other way. Because I mean, like you're on your bike, you're cycling, and you're gonna want to know more about bicycles. It's good for Africa, and it's good to help kids and everything, but also it's good to promote cycling as well.
Jim left the team after the 2016 season. That same year, the Songezo Cycling Academy was launched, looking across Cape Town townships for the next potential Songezo gym.
That's the thing about cycling, you know, you have ups and downs, you know, so you just have to keep on going, you know, which is like the Quebecer. The word Quebecer, it means keep on going. So I just have to keep on going. Everything is gonna fall back to where it belongs at the end of the day.
The growth of BORA Hansgrohe from a continental team to World Tour powerhouse has been one of the great success stories of the last cycling decade. Almost single-handedly, the team has led a resurgence in German cycling, and most importantly, brought a host of new talent to the peloton along the way. The recent success of the likes of Pascal Ackermann, Max Schachmann and Emmanuel Buchmann has shown the team's commitment to developing talent. So too does its under-19 squad, Team Auto Eder Bayem. A long-time component of Ralph Denk's cycling stable, inCycle went to meet the next generation earlier this year.
Team Auto Eder Bayem is now existing over 10 years already, so we have a long history. We grew up over the years alongside with a pro team, and that means, we did a long journey together. The pro team developed a lot from the third league to the World Tour level, and also the structures in the small team developed, and we are now among the best teams here in Europe. So to say, we have the biggest talents in our team and in our squad, and we won 2 times in a row the National League and also the national titles. Today we try to do a 12-minute test on the long climb. So we stop before, change the clothing, and then afterwards we go easy down towards Peschiera. The ultimate goal is to develop them direction World Tour, meaning we start off at a young age already. So we want to really grow up them from the beginning to work on the basics like tactics, nutrition, like training. And on a long-term side, we are looking forward to have them maybe in our own team and to have them as a successful rider in a World Tour level.
I wanted to go to Team Auto Eder Bayem because of the big support and also the connection to BORA Hansgrohe. And in Team Auto Eder Bayem, there's a very good structure, nearly the same as the pros have. And yeah, that's a great opportunity for us young riders.
Yeah, for sure, the cooperation with World Tour team BORA Hansgrohe is a big motivation, and no other junior team has this cooperation, and so our structure is really brilliant. We use the same material, the same bikes, we have the same sponsors, and we get the same mechanics, the same physios, and so it's great. We feel like little pros, you know.
Basically, both teams are really mixed up together, so we don't have separate structures. We have the same starting from service course. Our physios, mechanics, me as a sport director, we all work in both teams. So we watch both races, go to both races, go to juniors and also to the World Tour side. And I think that's a good basis. The equipment is the same in both teams, so we really share that. We develop it from a World Tour perspective, together with our partners, like Specialized, and so the junior team is on the same level. We can really say we are among the best teams here in Europe.
In addition to the core structure and equipment is BORA Hansgrohe's development strategy, set and managed by head coach and head of innovation Dan Lorang. For the Luxembourger, the under-19 level can be the most important years in preparing a rider for all that a future as a professional might throw at them.
More and more young riders are able to come to World Tour teams, and if you don't have this under-19 level, if you don't have this race experience, then these riders are missing something. They need good races. They need to fight for their positions. They need to feel what it is to contend against others. The under-19 is really important. That's why we are all really happy that we have a really professional under-19 team with professional structure, with training plans, with individual coach. So everything that they find after in the professional team, they find already there. They learn to work with watts, with the heart rate, with all the physiology values to monitor their training. So that's stuff they learn. But on the other side, it's not all about the data, it's all about the feelings. So we really try to develop them as intelligent cyclists, but on the other side also not to forget their feelings. So it should be a good balance between both.
When a rider makes the jump from Auto Eder Bayem to the World Tour team, they'll be following in the footsteps of one of BORA Hansgrohe's longest servants. Michael Schwarzman has figured in every step of the team's journey from continental level to the top of the sport, and his career is one that started in the under-19 team.
It was already a really professional team. We had our trainer, we had really good material, and there were really good riders there, and it was already on a really good level. We were riding together as a team, and that's what you have to do when you want to be professional. And when you are in a good team in under 19 and you learn this, and it's really good. So sometimes we see them in the training camp and also some team buildings or team meetings, and we ride together with them, and I think for them it's good to see where they can go, that I achieved it, and maybe they see it as a chance, and you try to help them to motivate them.
Unsurprisingly, those interactions with some of BORA Hansgrohe's biggest stars make an immediate impact on the youngsters on Auto Eder Bayem.
Well, it's super cool when you see riders like Maximilian Schachmann, like Emanuel Buchmann, like Peter Sagan. We meet them sometimes at team presentation or at some races, and when we have a little chat with them, they are super nice guys and give us some little tips or advices, so it's nice for us.
Maximilian Schachmann is a favorite rider of mine, also because he's a very good climber, but also can sprint, and also Peter Sagan because of his world champion titles. And they nearly walk the same way as we do now, and it's a big motivation for me to go on and keep doing what I'm doing right now.
The under-19 team is not the only area where BORA Hansgrohe are making investment. In fact, it's just one part of an ambitious three-pronged approach to finding raw cycling talent.
We will develop our Devo program. For sure, one pillar is the Team Auto Eder Bayem, and on a second, we look to different sports. As an example, in Germany, we have a huge community in mountain bike. And so we have a look in mountain bike. We have also the mountains. We look to the winter sport. And on the other side, we will set up more and more young riders directly with the age of 19, 20, 21 to the pros.
As more and more young riders make the step up to the World Tour, it's important their development is viewed as a long-term process and not solely focused on the bike.
So first of all, we look, like you said, at the potential. So we make some tests with the rider. We look at in which direction we could develop probably this rider, and we show him a way how to do it. So we show him what will happen in the next years. It's not that we come with a fixed race program for the next 3 or 5 years. It's more about how we build up his physiology, how we want to integrate him in the team. Like this, we try to give confidence to the rider that he has no pressure at all in the first years, that it's really about development. It's not about fixed goals that we give him as a team in the first years. We should respect always the personal development that you have there, an athlete of 19 and 20 years and not treat him like a 25-year-old guy. I think that is really, really important that you keep an eye on this, on the personal development. The Team Auto Eder Bayem is quite really professional. So when you look at the structure, starting from a coach who has a sports science education, from the material, from the organization, from how they are supported during the races, they are quite close to the professional team. They see what the professionals are doing, and I think this is also something what is important.
With this full development structure now in place, BORA Hansgrohe are looking to continue the secret of the team's success, bringing its own talent to the World Tour and at the very top level of professional cycling.
We approve already with the guys Ackermann, Buchmann, Patrick Conrad, a lot of other guys like Mühlberger, like Pöstelberger. All their guys become pro in our team. They're really more or less big stars in the moment, and I'm really proud of that, and I will follow this way what we did already, more and more consequent in the future.
For sure, it's a dream to become a pro one day and maybe win a big race like Paris-Roubaix or to ride at the Tour de France.
Of course, it's my dream to become a pro and to ride for BORA Hansgrohe.
Seeing them in the end in the World Tour, it's the biggest goal we have. And we are proud that we already have some riders approaching World Tour level, and that's a way we want to continue in the future.
That's all for this time. Until next week, keep up to date with us on social media.